That night, while jogging along my usual path, a sudden sound pierced the stillness, a fragile, trembling meow in the dark. It felt like a cry for help from a tiny forgotten soul. I hesitated, heart heavy, but then, shook it off and kept running. The next day, around the same time, the cry echoed again. This time, I couldn't ignore it. I followed the sound and found its source, a tiny kitten, barely 12 days old, curled up inside the security post. Surrounding her were a few adult cats, but no nursing mother in sight. A flicker of doubt stirred in me. Had she been abandoned? Curious and concerned, I decided to return during daylight to take a closer look. Under the bright sun, she was still there, her eyes now open, softly and desperately meowing for help. She sat on the post ledge, and nearby was a cat named Icon. I wasn't sure if Icon was her mother, but as I approached, Icon fled in fear, leaving the kitten behind. I pulled out my trusty kitty starter kit and prepared some goat's milk for her. Inside the post, there were bottles of water left, likely by kind-hearted locals for the stray cats. To my surprise, the kitten refused to feed. I had made sure the rubber nipple had tiny holes so the milk could flow, but she just turned her head away, weakly. While I was fumbling, a tall, lanky man with a strange air suddenly appeared and asked what I was doing. I explained, but he just stood there, staring at me silently. An uneasy feeling crept over me. A few other people nearby were watching too. I had to make a quick decision. Should I take the kitten with me or leave her with the adult cats nearby? The kitten looked relatively clean, and there was a makeshift bed in the post, signs of some care. From experience, I knew a mother's care greatly increases a kitten's chances of survival. In the end, believing she was still being cared for, I left her there, clinging to a fragile hope. The next day, I returned to check on her. But she was gone. I searched around anxiously, asked a few people, but no one knew anything. I started looking for other cats to help, trying to transfer that love and hope to other tiny lives. Days passed, and I never saw that little black kitten again. Perhaps her mother had moved her to a safer place, or maybe someone kind-hearted had taken her home. All I could do was hope that, wherever she was loved and protected. Because even in that fleeting moment, that little kitten left a profound lesson in my heart. Sometimes, just a little compassion, a single moment of care, can change an entire destiny. Though I don't know exactly what fate befell that little black kitten, deep inside, I believe that what comes from the heart finds its way to another heart. Maybe someone else heard that tiny cry, just as I once did, and decided to open their arms to a life in need of love. Sometimes, we are just a small dot in the long journey of another life. Maybe we cannot stay forever, cannot walk alongside them for long, but if we have ever tried, ever loved, ever cared, it's enough to make this world just a little bit kinder. I continue jogging every day, sometimes glancing back at that little security post, silently wishing that tiny kitten, and all the fragile souls out there, find a safe place, a home overflowing with love. Because sometimes, all it takes is one warm heart, one open hand, to change someone's entire world. And perhaps, in that very moment, our own world changes too, in a way more magical than we could ever imagine. Can you hear it? The silent calls, the whispered cries carried on the wind. Listen closely. Let your heart guide you. Maybe today, you are the miracle that a tiny soul has been waiting for.